Hey guys, so just making a quick video to go over the welcome envelope with you guys is, our introduction as our, welcome to Kovats Real Estate School. When you guys first start the class, you are going to receive a textbook and welcome envelope in the mail. The textbook is pretty self-explanatory. That's where we teach from. We teach from the textbook. Reality is we kind of just use the textbook as a point of reference. All of the important stuff that we focus on for test purposes and for practicality purposes, I'm always sure to put up on the board up here. So the textbook is kind of just like a follow along. You don't really need to read through it word for word. It is valuable because you do a bunch of practice questions and practice tests in the book. But the most important stuff that we go over is going to be gone over during class, where I put the notes on the board and really go over the important stuff to tell you what to focus on. So what we'll focus on now is the welcome envelope, the second thing that you're going to receive in this envelope that will be mailed to you. So in the welcome envelope, you're going to find a bunch of things. The first thing you're going to find here is a salesperson's course schedule makeup sheet, which looks something like this. At the top, you have your, name and all that kind of stuff. And then we have, as you'll see here with the columns, class number and chapter number. As you'll see on the left side, the class number, as example, class number 1 corresponds with chapter 3. So on our Facebook page, we will always have the class schedule posted. So if you're taking class hypothetically in January, let's say, you look at the January schedule, and if you see hypothetically on a certain day, I'm just throwing random numbers out there, January 10th, hypothetically, is class number 1 and 2 during the day. Class number 1 does not mean chapter 1. Again, the yellow sheet will tell you what chapter each class corresponds with. So you'll see that class number 1 corresponds with chapter 3. Class number 2 also corresponds with chapter 3. So the numbers you see on the class schedule, those are class numbers, not chapter numbers. You ever want to know what chapters those happen to correspond with? Check in with your yellow sheet here. Also, use this as your personal attendance sheet. Keep track of the classes that you're taking because your tuition is good for a year. And you're allowed to miss 5 total classes and still be eligible for the school and state exam. Now, let's say you sign up for the 3-week daytime class. And over those 3 weeks, you miss more than 5 classes. That's okay. You just have to make those classes up because your tuition is good for a year. So you make those classes up, and as soon as you've taken at least 19 of the 24 total classes, you are now eligible at that point in time to take the school exam. And we'll talk about the school exam in a second here. So it's also important to not lose this yellow sheet because on the back side of this yellow sheet here, you got something like this. All your personal information. You might be wondering, why would we need your first name, last name, street address, social security number especially, things like that. We don't need it. The state needs it. And in order for you to be eligible to take the state exam, we have to submit that information on your behalf to the state so that you can go on and take the state exam. At the end of your school exam, after you've passed, as soon as you have passed, a notification is going to pop up that says, congratulations, you have passed your school exam. You are now eligible to go on and take the state exam. Please email the filled out back of your yellow sheet to us at our email. Our email, where we process these yellow sheets, is NJ like New Jersey, NJRE like real estate, NJRE Kovats at AOL.com. And you'll have the directions that pop up on the screen that tell you exactly what to do to send over the back of the yellow sheet filled out, make the subject line pass school exam. And then we're going to, at that point in time, put you into the state testing system, and then you're going to be eligible to sign up for your state exam at that point in time. We'll talk more about those in a second. Next thing in this welcome envelope is this fingerprinting form here. Identigo, right? So Identigo is the state servicing company that does fingerprints. And you got to get your fingerprints done to get your real estate license to make sure that you are of good moral character, that you don't have any egregious felonies on your record. You haven't been robbing houses. You haven't been killing people. You haven't been stealing money in financial transactions from clients and things like that. The way that we confirm this, the state confirms it, is by having your fingerprints done. So there's two very common questions I get from students all the time when they go to sign up for their fingerprints, because some people happen to lose this form. They will ask me, I went to the Identigo website, and they're asking me for a service code and a contributor's case number. Put this up here. The service code for your fingerprints is 2F1FTK. 2F1FTK. And the contributor's case number This here is REBSL. Those are the two things that they're going to ask you for when you sign up for your fingerprints. And your fingerprints are good for 6 months. I always tell people when you first start off this class, schedule your fingerprints as quickly as you can. Get them done, get them out of the way. They're good for 6 months. And, obviously you want to, in that case, pass your state exam within 6 months and choose a brokerage or you're going to have to get them done again. So schedule your fingerprints for right around the time that you think you're going to probably be taking the state exam. Next here we have an acknowledgement form, which is, kind of acknowledging our school policies. And one of the more important things with the acknowledgement form is the 4 main prerequisites to get your real estate license. And those 4 main prerequisites, you got to be 18 years of age, you have to have a high school education or GED equivalent, you have to be of good moral character, which means that you have no egregious felonies on your record, and last but not least, you have to be a U.S. resident. Now, you could obviously be a citizen as well, but at the very least, you'd have to be a resident. So those are the 4 main prerequisites to wind up getting your real estate license. Then we have another document in here about where you would go to take the state exam. Now, the state exam these days is given both online and in person. You can take it either online or in person. So beginning to get into the exam part here, the first thing, talking about the school exam is only given online. Now, the school exam is only given online. When you are done with your classes, you cannot take the school exam until you're done with your classes. You cannot take the school exam until you're done with your classes. I want to make sure I'm clear on this. Because some people will be like, can I just practice it ahead of time? No, you can't practice it ahead of time. You cannot take your school exam until you finish all your classes. After you take all your classes, you go on and you take the school exam. The link for the school exam is on our Facebook page. It's probably always between 7 to 10 posts down. It was originally posted on April 30th. The link is titled Classroom Clipboard. You're going to click that link. Then it's going to ask you for your name and an access code. As long as you're one of our students, when you type in your name, that's all good because we would have had that registered. And number 2, you then have to type in the access code. The access code for the school exam is Kovats 1973. Kovats with a capital K. So the access code for the school exam is Kovats 1973. And then you'll take that school exam. Hopefully you pass on your first try. If you don't, you can take it again. The school exam you can take unlimited times, and it's free every single time that you take it. We don't charge you every time you take the school exam. We're not like some other schools where if you don't pass the school exam on the first try, you then therefore have to take it one more time. And if you don't pass it, you got to take the whole class again. No, we're not trying to extort money out of you or anything like that. We want you to pass. We want you to be prepared for the exam. So we do allow you to take this an unlimited number of times after you finish all your classes. And then once you pass it, notifications are going to pop up on the screen. Congratulations, you've passed. Here was your score. Now, send us the filled out copy of the back of that yellow sheet that we talked about to our email, njrekovats@aol.com, and we are going to put you in the state testing system. Just so you know, if you pass your state exam, your school exam, Friday through Sunday, you're not going to be put in the state testing system until Monday because we close up here on Friday and we come back on Monday, just so you know that. And then we will email you your yellow sheet. We're going to email you, we're going to email you your course completion sheet back to the email which you sent us over your yellow sheet from. And then after you have the course completion sheet, you're then eligible to go on and sign up for the state exam through psiexams.com. Those directions will be on that course completion certificate that we give to you. And when taking the state exam, again, you can take that either online or in person. I'm recommending students right now to take it in person. And the reason I say that is because the state exam has a lot of glitches right now, and they're trying to work out some kinks. People are getting kicked out mid-test, having to restart it, not being able to finish it, not passing and not being able to get a refund on not being able to even finish your state exam. In person, you don't have any of those issues. Also online, it's tough with using a calculator because they're very strict with what you use. It makes it a lot harder, in my opinion. It's up to you. You can take it either online or in person. I recommend taking the state exam in person. Again, if you're not comfortable taking it in person, that's okay. But But again, you could take it either online or in person. That's just up to you. So that's the school and state exam. And number 3 here, accessing the class daily. Every single day, we post a link on our Facebook page for the class. So for example, we have class on a Tuesday afternoon. The link's going to be put out there on a Tuesday afternoon that says, "Hey, here's the link for the Tuesday class." Tuesday, if you're taking a daytime class, 8:30 to 2:30, as an example. On Monday night, we're typically going to put that link on our Facebook page. Tuesday morning, you wake up, you click that link. It's going to bring you into our virtual classroom here, and then you're in, basically. So you just got to go on our Facebook page, Kovats Real Estate School, every single day, and click the link for the class. And that's really it. So that's it for the welcome envelope. Just wanted to go over that with you guys, kind of explain what's in there, what's important, what's not important, things to keep in mind for after you finish up your classes, how to go about taking the school exam, the state exam, and just generally, kind of accessing our content every day. Because as you guys know, the class is taught live every single day. So as always, you guys have any questions, certainly feel free to reach out to us. Our phone number at the school is 201-843-7277. And again, as always, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.